You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast. Edward, how are you, me old mate? Fucking hell. It felt like 4 hours to get this show going.
I know, mate. Shit. Like, I just thought I'd come in, sit down, and record quality, record excellence.
Yep.
Instead, the farting around that's gone on is ridiculous in the
record
extreme.
time was 10, right? I got in here at 9:30. Cody's obviously been away, and we missed him, and we're glad he's back. He had us basically fucking scissoring each other the way he had us so close. I was like, you seen the size of us?
Just go back to eating your 8 a.m. burrito, mate, and leave us alone.
That was quite rattling to see a human being have a burrito at 8 a.m. on a Monday.
I tell you what's rattling about it, Tom, is because we've seen Winters and he hasn't. And I just know, like the dribblers from our vintage know, that you can't, that's unsustainable.
At some day you have to pay the piper.
Yep. And the piper is always paid.
Yes.
Always.
And so listen, right now you're a skinny man. You don't have to. You can eat. I imagine he can eat whatever he wants, whenever he wants, no matter the time of day, and nothing will change.
If he's not 3% body fat, I'm not here.
Yeah. Until
he's skin and bones.
Until he hits maybe 31, 32, 33. Like look at Hamish Street, right now. Hamish Street, who is going to beat Liam Moore in the Alpha Blokes fucking podcast royale.
Liam throwing shade.
But I'll get back to that. But Hamish Street jacked from an early age. Then he hit his 30s, and it was like, oh no. You're getting a bit tubby now, Haim.
Oh, he's had a tum on him from time to time.
But then it takes him 2 seconds to get back.
Yep.
Because he's got that body. Yep. But you can't be eating burritos at 6 a.m, Cody. It's just it's not on. And it makes me jealous because I'm really hungry. But quickly on Liam Moore throwing shade at Hamish John Whistler Street, first of his name.
Possibly.
But no, he did. He put up a story on Instagram yesterday of a little dorky guy dressed in a pig outfit boxing. And basically it was like Streety's training. Now, Streety is a funny man and he likes to laugh, but then also when you play golf with him and shit, sometimes he struggles to take the piss. You know what I mean? Like he takes it seriously.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking scare Liam. But Streety, when we were at Jarch's wedding on the weekend, you were missed, Edward. Was like at one point he said to me, he goes, mate, I know that like there's whispers around like he can fight or that Liam's good or he's not completely like, he's not a useless fighter. He's like, I hope that's the case. He's like, I want this to be a 3-round bloodbath. He's like, honestly, I want to be bleeding at the end. And he just sort of like saying to me, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't want that.
He's a different kettle of fish, Hamish John Whistler Street, first whose name maybe. He just is. Yeah. And I hope Liam's ready for that. Again, Liam, big fan of his work.
But you're getting got, bruh.
You're going to get got.
But
I like that you're throwing shade, you're geeing up the fight, you're lipping up.
Street not on Instagram that much, so I think we're going to have to start just lipping up on behalf of Street social media speaking.
100%. And let's not forget the adage, punters and dribblers. When you're fighting a fighter, it's a fight of your life because the fighter is a fighting man. Don't forget that. Because that's written in stone, baby.
Yeah.
That's written in stone.
You did see this, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I saw it yesterday. We will.
I mean, listen, his jab's pretty fucking good. Like, I think that guy looks pretty fucking.
I reckon that bloke looks fucking sharp.
Yeah, I would be worried.
Throwing better stuff than I ever would.
Yeah, and he looks like he's comfortable in his own skin, dressed like a.
But listen,
pig.
we're gonna have both the boys on throughout the next couple of months. We'll just see what they're about, see where they're at. Give Liam his platform to just give us the lay of the land.
Yep.
See where his dog comes from.
Tickets available at Alpha Events.
Go to Alpha Events Instagram. That's the easiest thing.
Or
Alpha
Events. You'll find it.
It's all on there.
It's all there.
Can I just quickly say, I was staying with Streety up at Jarch's. There's a couple of mornings after big nights, and he was up doing some circuit training and doing some shadow box work.
He's getting up and training after big nights, and he started quoting Brockman. He was like, when you had Brockman on, and Brockman was like, you don't like, what was it? What is it Ned said where he was like, No, I said I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it. Like, if you don't do it, you didn't decide to do it. If you decide to do it, you do it.
Yes.
And he just started saying that back to you, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, motivation's fleeting, mate. He's like, I can be motivated for 5 minutes, and then I lose the energy.
Oh my god!
He started.
Well, it's true.
It is true
because you need your discipline,
dude. That's why I swam this morning, because of Streety via Brockman. I heard Brockman say it. Forgot about Brockman saying, because it's been a while between drinks with Ned. I need a redose of inspiration. Streety then gave it to me, and I'm like, yeah, dude.
Do you want some more inspiration?
Yep.
My wife, you know her.
Ella Dumbrell Simpson.
Ella Simpson, officially, but she still uses Ella Dumbrell. That's okay. As long as a license says one thing. She thinks that you're looking slim and you're looking good.
Me?
Yeah. She said, Tommy's looking good at the moment. Has he been trying to lose weight? I said, I think he's been trying to eat better.
I've certainly been trying to eat better,
and
minus the weekend.
And he's been trying to swim. So, like, there's motivation for you.
Ella Dumbrell Simpson on your license. We like to hear that.
Yeah.
I ate like an absolute moose on the weekend, dude. It was fucking disgraceful. But I allowed myself. Yeah. Macca's 2 days in a row for breakfast. I had a sombrero. I had sushi. I ate at the wedding. Ate fucking, I had some
I didn't get any Uber Eats yesterday, which is just unfucking heard of, which speaks to what I've been doing, which is nothing.
No, nothing. Just flat line. Just chill.
Well, we had a nice lunch on Friday, went to the beach on Saturday, but nothing basically,
You're just waiting, dude.
Just waiting.
You're just waiting.
Just waiting.
That's all you can do.
Waiting for a mate.
Yeah.
Waiting for a mate. That's me.
Jarch's wedding was sick.
Waiting for me little mate to come.
It was lovely. His suit was so hot. I know, obviously, his lovely wife Stephanie was beautiful. She looked smoking hot. Mm-hmm. But Jack's suit was so goddamn hot.
He looked good.
He looked good. Kid looked good.
I like the double-breasted.
Yes.
Nice. Nice touch.
He's also his MC Corco got him a whip.
Did he?
As like a gift. He gave all of us bolo ties.
Yeah, I got one as well.
You got one?
Yeah.
Did you wear it like on Friday by his own?
No. He gave it to me when we went out for dinner and I wore it then.
Oh, that's okay. That's nice. But he got a whip from Corco, and as he was standing up there on the thing, he had the whip over his shoulder. I'm like, this cunt is just constantly performing. He wasn't like whipping while he was up there.
Yeah, but
during the speeches though, he just had a whip draped over his over his shoulder.
He loves that shit.
No, he loves it, dude.
He loves it.
He loves it.
He loves costuming.
Yes, dude. To be honest, should have probably. He was. I don't know if he was not allowed to wear the cowboy hat as he usually wears, but it would have tied the outfit together.
I think Steph probably told him not to,
and that's fair. But
because he wore it. He wears every single other wedding I've been to.
He wears it. It would have tied the outfit together.
I actually thought he was going to wear one. Ella was asking me. She goes, "He's wearing a hat." I go, well, he's wearing a bolo tie and he'd be wearing his boots, so I would assume 100%.
Shout out to the Gold Coast. Great setting for it. Loved it. Good rips. Good rips were had. I don't mean in the beach either. Just rips in general.
Good for you.
But
shout out to Jarch, though.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Dear friends.
Eddie couldn't make it.
Couldn't make it. Is what it is.
Kid's en route.
Kid.
Yeah. Kid is en route.
Not having twins.
Thank God. That would be tough.
Yep. You know, Sebo and Millie wanted me to ask. They were like, we thought you were going to have twins so you could join us. We're like, nah.
Really?
Yeah. That's what they hoped.
Oh, they
wanted friends.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, listen,
I get that.
No, I get it.
But also.
I get it from when we had Evie. And I was like, I just hope one of my friends has a fucking child so I can, because no one had them. So I can.
Jerry wasn't too far behind you.
No, he wasn't. But it was still, actually, even Simmy P had one like fucking maybe 8 days after us. But I think he was living in Byron then. I can't remember, dude. My mind's all weird. Who gives a fuck?
No, listen, this isn't
what this is about.
This isn't interesting at all.
Hey, shout out to Andrew Abdo, CEO of the NRL, for coming on the pod. What a fucking great guy.
Great guy. Big fan of his work.
What a great guy.
Like the cut of his jib, punters and dribblers. The way he presents on the podcast is the guy that was off my, like, just a nice guy.
He was completely himself the whole time. He was cool, on, off, everything. But is that your coffee down there as well, your grumpy coffee? Is it empty?
It's empty.
Okay, good. I didn't want it to fall over.
I finished it.
Good. I don't think we ever really get like bad feedback from interviews, right? Most of our interviews are well received. But this one, I would say, would be in the top fucking 5% or less of like well received interviews. People being like, fuck, he was a good dude.
No, it's been very well received, and we appreciate the feedback from the punter and the dribbler. Your inspiration drives us; it fuels us towards.
But even like less about like, oh yeah, boys, but more like he was a good dude. Like you know what I mean? He came across well.
Yes, he did. He did very well,
and he also announced that there's a new rugby league game coming this year.
Yes, he did, which has taken the internet. Well, it's the biggest thing to comfortably come out of the world of content in the last. 30 days?
Well, it's certainly, and the biggest thing to come out of rugby league in the last week, unfortunately, we trumped Vegas.
I reckon it goes Andrew Abdo and the release of the new game, pending, and then Huddy Young and Morgan Smithies.
Yep.
That's the order.
And then the results of the game.
Penrith Panthers, I'm sorry, but there is just no way that Nathan Cleary doesn't go down as the greatest player of all time. He's so fucking good, and he's getting better and better and better and better and better. That try he set up for Tungo to go from from the left back around to the right, out the back, bang, little kick over the top. Thanks for coming. It looked too easy.
I kept looking back and I'm like, did that just happen? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck just went on there?
Unbelievable.
Or even like late in the game when the Sharks were coming back, and I think there was like 2 points in it, and they just get down there and he just throws some shape at him, and then Laurie scores another try, and you're just like, right. So just like whenever you really need to do it, you can just do it. You can just do it.
Well, he can just do it at will. He had an attempt at a 40-metre field goal at half-time that went about 75 metres. He missed it just.
Yeah.
It just kept going and going and going. Yeah. Sickening. And
to look that good as a side in round one.
Oh, but you sit
back.
Can
you just fuck off?
Yes, I know. Can you just fuck off? And you sit back and, people like Guru, who I respect, man, so they're like, well, it's a bit, got question marks because none of them played a trial. And you just watch that and you go, they don't need to play trials.
They don't give a shit.
They don't need to play trials.
It was close.
It was.
But it wasn't.
But it sort of wasn't.
It wasn't.
Like, it definitely was.
Sharks fans, let me know what you think about this. Because I don't know anything, right?
They never looked like they were going to win to me, the Sharks.
Does Trindle need to have the 7 on his back and Nico the 6? Because Trindle seemed like the only one who was, like, putting men through holes. Like, did Nico have a single try assist?
No. Trindle had 2 or 3.
Yeah. Trindle's the motherfucker.
Who I do have in my Supercoach.
I don't.
Along with AFB, also in my civilians for any time.
Nico had 1 and Trindle had 2.
I went all right yesterday.
I haven't hit a bet all year, so I'm in all sorts. But it just feels like, not that Nico's bad either. Like, there's probably the people that are like, Nico Hines, like, but it's more like, it just feels like Trindle is more your dangerous playmaker, 7. And when
the whips were cracking, Hines wasn't getting the ball. Which I found interesting.
I did hear, I don't know whether this was on Triple M or this is on Fox or this is on fucking 9. I don't know where I heard it, but that they were describing Nico as a free spirit. And that...
I thought that was more a 6, if you want to be free.
And that's what they were saying, is that the
or 7... Or a fullback.
The 7 role feels like you've taken a free spirit out of, say, like Byron Bay, and you've put him in the big smoke, and you're crushing his spirit. You need that kid, you need that free spirit to be back out in the number 6, which is always been known as the Byron Bay of positions.
Well, exactly right. It's always been known as the Byron Bay of positions, Tom. We've said that since time immemorial.
You almost got it. We'll go with that.
Thanks. I've always thought of my 7s, Tom, as generals.
Yes.
Think of an army general.
Business time haircuts.
Yep.
Show up to work early.
Make their bed.
Shine your shoes.
I'm sorry, but Nico Hines doesn't scream made bed to me.
Look at his hair.
Look at he doesn't wash it.
He screams that, like, his wife is going to be like a boho chick and their kids don't wear shoes and they all like just walk, down to the fucking shops and shit.
He looks like he rolls out of bed, checks the swell, slides into some old thongs, gets down there, gets barreled 7 or 8 times, gets home, makes love to his fucking missus. She comes like 6 or 7 times. He's that sort of guy, right? Yeah.
And then nips down to training.
Might
go kick a couple of footies.
Yeah, and things happen for him and that's fine. Whereas the other bloke, he's up and he's grinding. He's up, he's made his bed, everything for the week's prepared, all the meals are ready. He goes down, he gets a couple of waves, okay, but he's out there and he's in the position and he knows that he needs to do things better. He misses a couple of waves, but he makes notes about it.
Yes, he does. He comes back and thinks about it.
And he comes back and thinks about it and he's going to improve next time. comes back, maybe gets one big O out, but that's okay. Still does a job. And now he's at training early and he's teaching everyone else.
It's a pragmatic orgasm, I think he gives out. He knows exactly what he's doing, what points to hit. Well, it's like he's doing it where to get to where it needs to get the ball to a certain point in the field so he can throw shape at the.
But yeah, exactly. But he knows how to get the a W, right?
A gross word.
He can get a W, but he gets it. He can get it the same sort of way. It's more regimented, so it's not eyes up.
No,
you know what I mean. It's not off the fly. It's like, oh, maybe I'll get an O through the arse today.
Yes,
It's just the same way
every time.
No, every time, but it gets results.
Well, it's meat and potatoes.
Yeah, it's meat and potatoes, but it gets results.
Yeah, it's shape,
and it's risk free.
Yeah,
or risk adverse.
It's not risk free. It's risk averse.
Risk averse.
It's low. Is it the?
It's low percentage. It's low percentage orgasm.
Yeah,
it's low percentage. Go to the clit and work that thing.
Yeah, and whereas
Nico's throwing all sorts at you.
He's going to try and make you come just with his breath.
Yeah. I've heard women can come off the nipple. Yes. Bang, I'm working that.
I'm trying that out.
Yeah. That's the difference, and a big difference at that.
Yeah. Anyway. Punters and Dribbles, we are brought to you by 4 Pines Japanese Lager. You know where I'm going to be this Saturday, Ed? 4 Pines Park, drinking 4 Pines Japanese Lager, enjoying a Manly Seagulls humping of the Cowboys. All possible thanks to our good friends at 4 Pines Japanese Lager.
That's right. And we might also, Tom, go to 4 Pines at Brookvale before the game. This is obviously baby pending, and have a couple en route, son.
Of course
have a couple en route.
Of course we will. There's only one drink to drink if you enjoy your rugby league football, and that is 4 Pines Japanese Lager. Go get a case, go get a six-pack from wherever you get your beers.
Obviously, Manly win the comp this year. We know that.
Yep.
And there's reasons for that we're about to get to. Yep. But I look at that Panthers side yesterday and I go, who's beating these cunts?
I know.
Who's beating these? Yeah. Like, obviously, the Storm are there and they'll be sniffing around. We all get that.
Not playing. Not that even made a difference, but you know, like
it was the same old fucking story yesterday. That Jack Cole went well. Cleary carved up. You got the dog, Liam Martin, destroying people.
Isaiah Yeo.
You got the best player in the world, not officially, but it's sort of officially by the Golden Boot Award, blah, blah, blah. Isaiah Yeo scoring tries, hands in everything, just fucking people up.
Try-saving tackles.
Dylan Edwards just lurking.
Yeah. Tungo.
Oh, my God. Tungo. Oh, God. Just ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it is. And...
God, like Nathan looked good. Nathan looked so good yesterday.
Credit to you and I, Edward. Again, credit to you and I, because we did also, specifically me, appear on
you did.
Penrith Panthers.
Glad it was you. Because if it doesn't age well, it's tied to you.
Well, it's probably not going to age well. And I love that they bookmarked the fuck out of that comment, those bastards. I still stand by it.
Well, I don't anymore.
Well, I have to. Can you get it up, Tobler? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I got no idea.
Punters and dribblers.
It should be in the WhatsApp, Shane Keith.
Oh, I put it in yesterday. No one replied.
No.
It didn't even get a like.
No, and listen, poor old Eddie's just felt neglected all weekend.
I have. I'm trying to share a bit with the boys, you know. Fuck.
No, well, listen.
Lucky my bed here, because the community embraced me.
Yes, exactly. So, get this up. This is a Penrith Panthers, motivated. It's like one of their, what would you call this? Like a little fucking doco video or a promo video for the season?
Tom, they'd be playing this in the sheds.
Yeah.
You see the big fella.
It's hard to believe. Can they make it 5? Well, they lose experience, so they get a couple of real great kids.
On the whole, I don't think they really appreciate it anymore. It's like, okay, I'm now over it.
Anyone questioning Penrith's desire for a 5th straight title should think again.
I love Bracey. They've got James Bracey coming straight off the back.
Anyone
questioning Penrith's desire is a fucking idiot.
But credit to us running it.
Credit to us running it. Credit to Penrith, though. I like Penrith. They create fucking good content.
And they're just such a pleasure to watch.
They're a pleasure to watch. It's gotten past the hate. Actually, I hated them at the end of last year. I just can't hate them.
No, I
Their
can't.
jerseys look sick.
Oh, my
fuck,
God.
dude.
They look so sick.
They look so
the black
sick.
and the gold. Oh,
and you know that it's the 4 stripes for premierships.
Oh, yes, thanks. They were throwing some sick shape yesterday, and I just loved watching it. That was a ripper game.
Yeah, it was.
Both the games were good. Obviously, the Warriors sucked, but I was frothing because I love Canberra going well. I enjoyed the game.
Yeah, but if you're Sharks, I'm not disheartened on the Sharks. You almost beat Penrith in round 1. and
your
new boy Adam Fennell-Blake scored a try.
But the try they scored, was it Dane Laurie's? Yes.
The Panthers.
So the Sharks had a crack at their line, then they went up the other end and scored. The Sharks were just blowing. They were all at sea.
They were fucked.
They could tidy that up. But then you watch the Panthers, you're like, how do you do it?
Yeah.
How do you do it? They all look right as rain.
No, I know.
That's rugby league rain.
Oh, dude. It's good stuff. Honestly, it's good stuff. How about when Nathan...
I was frothing, bro.
How about when Nathan's got a kick from the sideline, some lippy little asshole throws something on the field and it just gets in his way and he looks at it, bends down, picks it up and just nails it.
His ball striking's got better.
Just nails it.
His ball striking's got better in the offseason.
The guy is
it's got better.
Fucking thoroughbred.
Braithen Astor, who is a dear friend of the show.
And an absolute out-and-out rugby league 10.
A lot of the commentary yesterday was aimed at the American market because I believe Lachlan Murdoch put it on the Fox channel.
Yeah, he did. So you had to explain some shit.
So he had to explain some stuff. And he was sort of, they were showing footage of Nathan Cleary and he's comparing Nathan to Tom Brady and, Jordan and Tiger Woods in all respective American sports, although, obviously golf's global. And he says he's not quite there yet. He's not the greatest of all time yet. I'm like, fuck, he's pretty close if he's not. Like, he's won 4 comps in a row. Yeah, he's got a knock on him again in Origin. We've been over that. And until he wins a Shields on his own back, we're still going to go hard in that area. But from a club perspective, he's got to be the greatest player of all time.
It's hard to argue against it. And it's
4 comps.
I know,
in the most competitive era there's been. Yeah, but what about the 60, mate? People went to fucking... They worked on roofs every day. What are we talking about?
No.
This is professional.
No one with half a brain can tell me that the Dragons era from the 60s, they won 11. Like, there are some greats of the game. They weren't in a professional era, and the rules were different. So, like, we're just not going to... And you can't compare eras. No, you can't. But what you can do is say that they... were not as good as the current day footballers.
The difference is if it's your job and you apply every waking moment to your craft and you excel in that environment, I put more onus, I put more importance on that.
Yeah, but also the thing
as opposed to 6 or 7 before you run onto the field and a couple of darts at half time, and then you're a roofer or a tiler or a mechanic or whatever during the week.
Or a butcher or a baker or a candlestick maker.
Yes. Yeah.
No, mate, I'm with you. Look, but also, and this could be wrong, and I'm trying to work this out on the fly with my old mate Eddie Simps, right?
Yeah.
But if you were, they're like, you're the victim of your era, you're as good as you could be in your era, because say sports science. That's like, you weren't as good. Like, do you know what I mean? Tough shit. Do people go, well, Usain Bolt, you can't compare eras because Usain Bolt he's come up in a time where sprint training's better, recovery's better. So, the fact that he's fucking way quicker than some guy from the 70s or whatever, like.
I look at it more at dominance. So I'll give you an example. So obviously the greatest cricketer of all time is Don Bradman.
Sir Donald Bradman.
Sir Donald Bradman. Because his dominance over his contemporaries was biblical. Whereas you say 10 in a row for St. George or 11, whatever, impressive, right? 4 in a row in this climate, maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe is more impressive. It just is. It's
where the rules are,
and there's a salary cap.
Stop that.
And there's exactly right. The environment created via the salary cap is supposed to prevent that. The cattle they've lost over the last 4 years, and they still keep turning up and do it. They do it this year without Luai. I fucking give up. Give up.
Listen, the fact that we're like, he's just got to win 5 in a row and then everyone will start to
No, I'm giving it to him. I think he's the greatest of all time.
Listen, I'm happy just to see Origin.
But Origin.
It's only because it's the thing that people want you to do.
That's the thing that pens. He just hasn't done what Joey's done. If he gets an 05...
Joey hasn't won 4 in a row, so you know what I mean? It's so...
Well, no, but I'm saying...
Not to get all Ben Davis on you.
No, but if he's to give us an 05 Joey and 03 Joey, Origin, read a book. If he's to give us a couple of them, which looks like he will, God, if he's fit this year, you put the fucking house on New South Wales.
He's only fucking 27, dude.
Is he 27 yet? Or is he still 26?
He's 27.
This year,
28 in November.
Okay. Oh, so he's 28 this year.
So he's just 20. No, he's 27 this season.
Yeah, I know, but he's 28 this year.
He's just 27. Let's think about it that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just touching myself yesterday, and I'm excited, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I go off in all different directions. You're not going to get reasoned, logical arguments out of Tom and I. You're going to get impassioned, emotive, reactive,
unsubstantiated,
thoughtless, unthorough comment,
ill thought, ill considered.
Yeah. You're gonna get the sort of comments you get out of a bloke a second before he nuts, and then
and then you'll get something else after.
Exactly. In fact, you'll get tab closed, and you'll get
that comment I made. That comment I made that Penrith so dutifully bookmarked and put into their thing. I made that in October.
Yep.
I'm out here saying they're going to win.
Yeah.
If Manly doesn't.
Well, if Manly doesn't. Which we've prefaced.
So, don't come here and be like, you guys are fucking inconsistent. You're damn right we're inconsistent.
That's the point.
That's the fucking point.
I tell you why we're inconsistent, because you are too.
Yeah, we're not married to our opinions. Again, credit to us. We're prepared to change our opinion based on new information.
Yeah. Like the game yesterday against the Sharks.
And his haircut and the way he kicked the ball.
I'm telling you, that drop goal, it went 75 metres. Yeah. It kept going up when it got past the post.
I haven't let him nip off to San Diego to see Mary midweek. Masterstroke from Dad. He's gone, listen, Dad
gets it.
Dad's not going to let anyone do it. Like, Dad's not going to let J. Cole do it. Yeah. He's going to be like, sorry, bro, you just got to town. But
J. Cole wouldn't ask.
Well, you'd fucking hope not. Whereas Naif, I'm an Australian player. I've won 4 comps and I want to go in a row. And my misso is fucking an hour away.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. I'm going to go, Dad, because it's going to help me play better. And Dad goes, yeah, fucking do whatever you want, Nathan.
Well, Naif, you don't need to ask for permission.
No.
You just don't.
We'll charter the PJ for you, buddy.
But Naif, 2025, about time you win us Origins.
Yep.
Now, I know you've won them. But let's be honest, Turbo's won a couple of them for you.
But I want it for him too now.
Yep. So
I want it for you, dude.
So
I want the best for you, Naif.
I want to be able to, when I'm old and grey, sit there with my old mate Tommy Burns and tell our kids that Nathan was the greatest fucking player of all time. Oh, what about bloody Jimmy Simmons, mate? This new boy in the town. No, fuck Jimmy.
Fuck Jimmy.
Jimmy's shit.
Jimmy hasn't won
compared
5
to
comps
Naif.
in a row. And then they'll go, what about when he was coming through and there's audio of you guys on podcasts saying he's overrated? I'd go, listen.
He was at the time.
He was at the time. In fairness to us, he was overrated for a 19-year-old.
Well, when we said that, he'd won nothing. He was 19, sure.
Sure, he plays like 3 games into his career.
Listen.
He was overrated.
He's playing old Mats, but he was overrated.
He was fucking overrated. Yeah. Not anymore. Not after 5 grand finals and 4 straight comps.
Now I can see.
Now I can see it. And he's not there yet, though.
Well, there's work to be done.
There's work to be done. But good God. I can't help but glaze Penrith.
Oh no! Well, we've spent 40 minutes glazing them.
But again, I don't think that the Sharks are that bad. But I think they looked a little bit.
AFB looked good.
They looked a little directionless in attack.
I don't love their backs. Don't love them.
No,
like a bit of grunt.
Raymond's got a bit of grunt in him.
He's the only guy that does. Jesse was good yesterday. Like Jesse, like Mulatalo and stuff. Like more grunt out of the backfield. More cunt out of you. Bit soft. You see Brian just trucking.
Well, he didn't play, but I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He trucks.
He does truck. Brian's also maybe the greatest winger of all time, just as a...
But Laurie was good yesterday.
Laurie was good.
Dane was good.
Yeah.
Liked him.
That McLean fella got McLeaned up early on, unfortunately.
And you're right, Toto is the greatest winger of all time, so it's unfair of me to use him as a comparison, but I did.
But you did. And you know what? Fuck it.
Fuck it. As is right.
Wait, Mulatalo, be more like the greatest winger of all time, please. Too much to ask? Stone Street. Hey, Stone Street. Oh, you used to watch them on the hill. Be more like Brian Toto, the greatest winger of all time. You ever thought of that?
Hey. Next time you take the field, bruh.
Yeah.
Try to channel the greatest player of all time, winger, that is. And be more like him.
Just be more like him. Be more like the PCM king, Brian Toto.
Why don't you try and play more like the 4-time premiers in a row?
Yeah.
And then you might get somewhere. Because that's what we tell Manly.
Yeah.
Oi, Neds. It's your old mate Eddie Sims over here. How good was that bet I had on the weekend, bro? You loved it. I know you did. I know the traders loved it. They saw Eddie Simpson loves the Raiders 13+. What a man. What a mighty good man. 525? What are we talking about? That's just eyes up footy.
Listen, I am in no position
Did share it too to the About Even group and to my pro.
Well, so you should.
Yeah, but I did.
Because if people want to follow along with our bets this season 2025, obviously you watch About Even, but also you're on the Neds app because you're a fan of Tom.
We need to do both.
You got to do both. And you can follow along and see our bets on our profiles or in the About Even group, which is the largest group on there.
By country mile.
Yeah.
And country miles are longer than your traditional miles.
That's why it's a
They're
saying.
way longer.
That's why it's a saying.
And that's why Neds is better than your traditional bookies.
Shout out to
better.
Neds.
Oh, fuck yeah.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website. The household name who blew the Raiders, the Viking horn, I have no idea what his name was.
Tyler Manoa.
Let's just...
No, he's 4,000 followers on Instagram. I think it was maybe a few more now.
4,000.
It was like nothing. He hasn't played a single snap of NFL football. He was fucking practice squad.
Listen.
Why wouldn't you get fucking Rugby League Guru to do it? Like, he is more notable than Tyler Manoa.
We talked about this last week, and what people seem to be struggling with in terms of decision making around who can we get to blow the horn and who can we get to come into attendance. Optics matter, right? And so if you reach for the stars, hello, Chili, aren't you a beautiful boy?
Chili boy.
I think we should have some kisses. You're a beautiful boy. You're a beautiful boy, aren't you? I love your hugs and your kisses. Now, optics are important. So when you say you want to get Trump and you want to get Dana White and you want to get all these fucking Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes and you get Manoa with 4,000 followers that no one knows, who's never played a snap of footy, like that looks optically poor, right?
No one's heard of you.
No one's heard of you.
Wrecked.
Manoa, right. It's just manage expectations better.
It didn't need to be like this.
Ricky Stewart should have done it.
Yeah, it didn't need to be like this.
Tell you the biggest waste of money in the history of the world, and this has come from someone who spent $1,000 on artisanal football, that horn.
Yeah.
That horn was a fucking waste of money.
10 grand.
10 grand. They barely showed it on telly.
I know.
They cut to it like once.
Yeah. And Manoa looks like a guy who has become famous for a second. Like, not famous at all. The way he was going on the field, he's like, wow. He was like screaming and shit before he was doing the horn. He looked like one of those, it's almost like one of those movies where you're like, where there's like twins and they're separated at birth and one's a princess and the other one's just an everyday girl and then they fucking cross paths and shit. I think that was one of the movies Bracey's was in. Monte Carlo.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. No, but they weren't long lost sisters. They just looked the same.
Right. Well, whatever. But he's now just like famous for a second and he's like, what the hell is going on? I'm at this rugby league event with 50,000 people and I'm just like the belle of the ball for a moment. But no one knows who the fuck I am. I mean, let alone his teammates probably don't even know who he is in the NFL.
Never played a game.
He's in the practice squad, I'm pretty sure.
He hasn't played a second in the NFL.
What's the point of that?
He was nominated by the Las Vegas
because
Raiders.
because they were like, we're going to get someone from like an American, someone outside our orbit, someone important, and they've just gone through the whole list of everyone, and it gets this gets to the 11th hour, Tom, and they have to pick someone.
Yeah.
And the Raiders go, here, have Manoa. I saw some dribbler and punters and dribblers go on like a 3-day rant about how he was shocked that the Las Vegas Raiders didn't lean more heavily into the fact that the Canberra Raiders were playing at their ground and they should have done some collab posts and stuff. I go, people need to wake up to reality.
I just want to look up the Las Vegas Raiders Instagram if I can, just while we're here.
It's important that we manage expectations and we
2.4 million
keep our feet on the ground a little bit. The Raiders have 180,000. They're not the same thing.
No.
They're not important. Why don't, for example, like the Dubbo Raiders, do the Canberra Raiders ever share the Dubbo Raiders on their Instagram? No, they don't.
No, they don't.
What, because they share a name?
No. Listen.
Macquarie Raiders? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
No, listen. I feel like, Eddie, we've started off on the wrong foot because we started Negative Town, and it doesn't mean to be Negative Town. It's mainly because Manoa got kicked out of the ground for trashing a bathroom after he's blown the horn. And that's more where we wanted to start. Obviously, we knew that a Manoa-type person was going to blow the horn. In fact, I would actually argue Manoa less notable than I could have imagined.
No, I think that my expectations were exceeded in terms of the direction I thought they were going to go.
Yeah, it was worse than
They got someone less notable than I could have ever possibly imagined.
Yes.
4,000 Instagram followers, Manoa, have never played a game.
Well, he's less known than the players. You know what I mean? He's less known than the Raiders.
As we said last week, they should have got Ricky Stewart to do it. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Ricky. Everyone loves him. Anyway, you're right. Enough of the negativity.
No, but I did. I mean, it's hard not to be impressed about Manoa's post-blowing work, where he gets into a bathroom. And is there any more information on exactly like what happened?
Not really.
Didn't
but
he
was allegedly tasered by security and removed from the stadium. Mind you, this is like his home ground stadium as well.
Did he trash the bathroom?
Don't know.
That is fantastic.
Oh, it's good stuff.
But it's being reported that he was allegedly tasered. Yeah.
For trashing a bathroom, just off his
have
guts.
damaged property
So
in the bathroom.
damaged property.
And it was like in the corporate area bathroom.
So Manoa's been invited.
I wonder if he was in the Movers and Shakers lounge where we were.
He was.
He probably was.
Imagine in there playing up.
Dude, we were in there, and we don't play up anyway, but we were in there going like, best behaviour, Tom and Eddie.
Yeah.
Best behaviour.
Keep it together.
Keep it together.
Manoa, fresh off the biggest moment of his life,
Yeah, fresh off doing nothing.
blowing a horn in front of 45,000, right? He's a nobody. All of a sudden,
I'm a nobody.
he's a big deal. I'm a somebody.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know what? I'm going to take full license here to rip and to tear.
Rockstar stuff.
Rockstar stuff. What do a rockstar do? Gets blind, snorts coke. And I'm not
Hold
saying,
on. We don't know that he did that.
No, we don't.
That's not fair. He
No.
trashed a bathroom. He didn't rack the bathroom up necessarily.
Or has he been caught in there playing up and then they've tasered him?
It's said to have damaged property.
So if you've damaged property, that's not doing cocaine.
No, I was taking it for a spin.
Yeah, you were taking for a walk.
Yeah,
Well,
of
you need
course
to.
I was.
You know what you need to do when you take for a walk? You need to throw an allegedly around.
Yeah, I was getting it to it and you just cut me off.
Oh, bullshit, you were.
100%.
Okay. But yeah, he was living the rockstar lifestyle. He was taking it. He was sucking the marrow out of it, as it were. He was getting every last drop of it. Because how old is he? Is he even any chance of ever playing NFL?
My uncle, right, was known during my father's youth to take bones to bed with him, to really extract the marrow.
Really?
Yeah. So
Was he a dog?
my uncle?
Yeah.
No, he's a human.
Well, okay, right. I thought maybe you had like a step uncle who was a dog.
No,
Okay.
human
Okay.
being.
Right. This is Dubbo.
Shout out to him. This is Dubbo. That's what he was given Manoa the Uncle Simpson treatment.
Yeah, right.
Suck
Getting every last drop out of it.
Suck the life out of this thing because you're never going to be back on the biggest stage in rugby league.
Don't think so, anyway.
We assume not.
Yeah.
45,000 punters and dribblers.
Well, he might if he plays NFL.
Well,
Manoa's 25.
That's not exactly young in NFL terms, is it? Like, as in, when do you... They do
come out of
college and shit.
18, 19, 20, 21. So 22, they're out of college. 23, 22, 23.
Is he expected? Is there anything of like, is Manoa expected to go anywhere?
I'll look into it.
Okay, you look into it. I mean, I've thrust that upon you late. But I can't help but be impressed that he's...
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
I'm
impressed. You know what I'm
you
impressed?
spend like 5 minutes around rugby league players and you become rugby league.
Well, I'll tell you what impresses me the most is that of all the people that they could have picked or tried to get, they end up picking the most rugby league person.
Yeah. The perfect
Possible.
guy.
But he was also nominated by the Raiders, like the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They must
So
have
they've
known.
just put him forward.
This guy's got a bit about him.
Yeah. Oh, you need a thoroughbred out there. You need someone that knows the tempo the cadence of rugby league.
Yeah.
And that's that you need to have a bit of a rip and a bit of a tear, and that marrow must be extracted from bone.
Well, often you need to ruin a good thing. When something's going well, self-sabotage. Doesn't need to be like to the point of like you're going to now go to the big house for the rest. But like, let's try and just fuck this situation a little bit.
Yeah. Well, okay. Who are we going to get? Let's get a red liner.
Yeah. A
Someone
self-saboteur.
Someone that red lines until the Pistons go.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to use like motor references there.
And-
I don't
and
really.
yeah.
I think that's how they work.
Honestly, I was like, fuck, Eddie knows a bit more than I do about motor vehicles. I'm just going to like nod along.
We're not big-
the
we're not big-
Pistons
we're not
go.
big car guys.
No, we're not. But
the Pistons
will
would go. The Pistons would go.
No, they would for
and
sure.
they have gone. They've gone.
Yep.
In the dunny.
Yep.
What time was he escorted? Was this before
Escorted.
Escorted.
Doesn't have a time listed.
Is there anything around like? Was it before the game?
Halfway
was
through the
over?
Gillaroos.
Was it?
Made that up.
Oh, well, I mean, he could be forgiven for fucking wanting to smash some shit up. That game was not exactly great. Stop negativity, Tom and Eddie. How good was Vegas in rugby league?
I will say this. I thoroughly enjoyed having footy on yesterday.
it was great.
I sat down on the couch at 11 just before. I didn't watch the Wigan game, care about the Super League.
Dude, it looked pretty good.
It did look good, but I had shit to do. I needed to give time to Ella because I was going to be at the couch all day. So pick your battles, bro.
No, I get it.
I'm well and truly established by the time the first game rolls around, and I loved the cut of the Raiders' jib. I like what they were doing out there.
You know the mistake I made, and I'll get to it more thoroughly on About Even, or maybe I won't. I'll try and pretend I already knew this, but I said on About Even, number one betting show in the world, shout out to Ned's, that the Warriors have year on, year off. It's actually not true. They're usually like 1 year on, fucking heaps of years off. And so I was expecting the Wires to come out. I actually had them 13 plus. That speaks to me generally. Hand up, Mr. Accountability here. I'm an idiot. But like, the Warriors aren't very good, and I don't expect them to do anything this year.
They
The
look
Raiders
like
were good.
they look like complete shit.
Raiders
Where
were
the
great.
Raiders look hot. They looked really hot. This new winger they've got, what's his name? He was great.
Who? Xavier Savage?
No,
He's not.
Tamale or
Oh yeah, Tamale.
Tamale. He was red hot.
Hot Tamale.
Yeah, Tamale. I fucking loved him. Sebastian Chris was in everything.
Yeah.
Jamal Fogarty, just a calm, mature head.
Well, as I think.
I think Todd Carney said as much.
Well, he
Sixes
might have,
and
but
sevens.
I also heard it when listening to the commentary, where you could argue the greatest commentary team assembled in recent times. Dan Ganane, Braith, Matty Johns.
Oh, it was elite.
It was fantastic.
Good to hear Matty Johns call the game.
Oh,
Never get
it's
it.
nice to hear Matty fucking dust off the tonsils and get out there and
You never
commentate.
get it. You never
but
get
they
it.
spoke about Jamal being the most pure playmaker on the field at that time. Had I put in Metcalf into my super coach? Yes, I have, and that was a mistake. But Jamal Fogarty...
I also had Metcalf. I think a lot of people don't. So don't
That's
don't
good.
beat yourself up.
Jamal-
Did you have Tamal though?
No.
Tamale?
Did you have Tamale?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, right.
Read a book.
Yeah, I know.
He was like a cash cow.
Was he?
Of note.
I didn't spend a lot of time on my team. That may shock you.
Oh, shock horror.
Jamal Fogarty, though, when he's in the side, because he was injured for a bit last year, I believe, with the Raiders. Do your own research, punters and dribblers, Canberrians. But when he's in the side, his win percentage is like 53%. And I think when he's not there, their win percentage is like down in the 30s or low 40s. Like he's a seriously important piece. No shit, Tommy's the half. But you know what I mean? Like, he's good.
100%. I've got to tell you.
They look directionless.
Again, 11 a.m. game of Sunday of rugby league football. I saw a punter or dribbler said I could get used to 11 a.m. footy on Sundays. So could I. Really enjoyed it. Obviously, it's not here to stay. But when you've got Raiders 13 plus like I do, because I understand that in round one of rugby league, you do the opposite of what everyone thinks, because rugby league's a funny old game and it'll catch you if you're sure. It'll catch you out if you're sure. So I was sure to not be sure by taking Raiders 13 plus.
To be sure,
Does that make sense? When I'm sitting there and I'm watching Big Red, Big Corey Horsburgh take his 15th hit up in like the first 5 minutes, I knew the boys were on. He was setting the tone. Big Red is fast becoming one of my favourite players. He's unbelievable to watch.
Where's it? You got him in your super coach?
Yeah.
I had him, and then
of course I do.
I had him.
He's 324
I
grand. He's a
know.
workhorse.
I know,
Tom.
dude. I had him, and then I don't know what I did, but you know when you're just constantly trying to move shit around,
What
like
are you-
I'm just trying to make things work, and then you know where you're like, all right, I'm gonna like take these things out, and I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna come back.
Corey
to it.
had 50 points at the half.
I
Tom.
know,
Read
dude.
a book.
I went in there to celebrate with myself and go, fucking oath, Corey, because I saw Guru sucking his dick about it, and then I go in there and I'm like, I didn't put him back in. I didn't put him back in. I fucked up, dude.
No, mate. It's just.
I'm probably going to make a trade this week and just bring him in.
If you haven't got Big Red, then shame on you because the man was busy. Yeah. Honestly, setting the rugby league tone. You got Sticky on the sideline barking orders at the boys. Yeah. He was blowing up in the press conference after. Did you see that? He's like, mate, gee, going to be a hell of a comp if we run last. Like just little digs,
I picked the Raiders to come last. And
they're not coming last.
They're not coming last. Dude.
No way.
There is no way they're coming.
Jamal's too good. I know. I've seen 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Like I know things can change, but I liked what I saw.
No. I liked what I saw, and it actually made it switched.
And they've got a good pack.
It switched my perception of the Raiders to like year to year. You and I will have teams that we have just picked out of obscurity to hate. I'm on the Raiders this year.
No,
I like the Raiders. After one game, I like them.
Yeah, no, I like them.
You hate the Newcastle Knights. Now, I do as well. I now hate them a little bit more because of someone that won't be named, and not who people may think, but someone new to our a fill-in.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly. No one's going to get that.
No, they won't. But that's fine. You don't need to. But the Raiders, with one 80-minute performance, I'm like, oh, no, I don't. I'm a fan. I like the Raiders again this year. You know? Sometimes
honestly, Huddy Young, everyone loves Huddy Young. Big C, everyone loves Big C. Like, KO Weeks out there dancing around doing the damn thing. Xavier Savage, I'm a fan of. Fogarty, I really like. This Tamale kid, I'm big on.
Hot
Sebastian
Tamale.
Chris, just a footballer. Tough as an ox. Timico, big fan of the boys.
Big Red.
Tommy Starling out of the 9, Tom.
Papali'i.
Like, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, yes, please.
Honestly, love the Raiders.
Joe
Love
Tarpanay.
Yeah.
Who looks like he might be in some trouble.
Yeah, listen, he put a shoulder charge on.
Do you just get a fine for that these days? I don't know.
No, he's going to miss weeks.
Warriors looked like human excrement.
Warriors, mate, honestly.
They look like shit.
Luke Metcalf, who I heard played well in a trial, so I put him in, was so ordinary. He's so ordinary.
He has been good, though, the last few years when he's had extended runs.
He was good last year, and he scored tries, and I liked him.
He's been a bit injury-prone, but then he gets his extended runs. He was also someone Manly let go of, so sometimes I like to believe in former Manly players. He went to the Sharks, and he was all right for a little bit.
Their shape was shocking.
There was no shape. It was shapeless.
It was shapeless.
There was no fucking shape.
Good to see Roger back. He had a crack.
Listen, Roger had a crack, but he had a crack in a side that had zero shape to it.
Literally zero rugby league shape.
It sucked. It was fucking infuriating to watch when you have New Zealand 13+.
And then you go from. Actually, there was one more thing that I wanted to bring up on the Warriors. Was it Richard Agar, I think, a New Zealand
assistant
coach, I believe, grabbed the throat of a journalist.
Yeah.
And sprayed him.
Sprayed him as in actually sprayed him. Not
Oh, no, like verbally abused him.
Was there any throat stuff, or did I make that up?
No, I read that as well.
It's alleged that, Buzz Rothfield was reporting that it was up because the coaches have to walk through the press box at halftime to get to the sheds. And Richard Agar's seen this UK journalist that back in 2019 when Agar was a coach of Leeds, this journalist was like writing articles calling for him to be fired. So they've crossed paths and Agar's allegedly grabbed him by the throat and started yelling at him and stuff.
Agar, not one to fuck with, it would seem. Holds a grudge.
Don't fuck with Agar. Long plane ride home for Agar after a rugby league humping of note into you've grabbed a journo by the neck.
The throat. Neck is like, you could be throat. If you're throating someone, dude, that's fucking...
Well, you get fired like Masood did.
Well, he could, the Warriors could fire you.
And I'm not saying
but also
get fired, but I'm just saying
2019,
you go near the throat and you're in a bit of trouble.
You've been harbouring that level of aggression that's just been just below the surface. You're like, when I see that cunt, it is on sight.
Like Donkey Kong.
And then you see him mid-game.
That's rugby league.
And he goes, "No, fuck this. I know I got a job to do, but I'm throating this guy."
Yeah, I know we're getting humped. I know we're shapeless.
Yeah.
I know I should be doing my bit for the side, trying to instill a bit of belief, but I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to throat a bloke.
No, who deserves a throating?
Of note.
Throating of note. What role does he have within the Warriors setup?
No idea, mate.
Top
Just saw
bloke.
he was an AC.
Assistant coach.
Okay, but he's not.
Can you elaborate?
We don't have his attack, defense, fucking
Let me have a look.
throat work.
Throat work. Just grab him by the throat, boys. I'll go down.
Is he assistant throat coach? Now, Eduardo, as the full rest of the remaining rugby league round is upon us. Also, just a quick shout out to the Gillaroos who beat the fuck out of England. Probably not the greatest look for the game, but I loved it. Everyone else was like, "Oh, it should be more competitive." Nah, I like seeing I like seeing us bash England, dude.
It was the English.
Yeah.
That's who we were bashing. And I for one, thoroughly enjoyed it, watching the girls rip and tear. It just shows how far ahead the game is down here than up there. Get your shit together and support the girls.
Yeah. Honestly, it was just another blight on England generally.
Well, it's just it's 100% a blight on England. It's exactly what it is. Like, what can they get right?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Dude. Nothing. Anyway, that aside, the rest of the rugby league round is on starting Thursday. Broncos, Roosters. Are we streaming?
Yeah.
Bang.
We've got it.
No, I'm...
Well, I might not be here, but yeah, you'll be here.
Yep. Sweet.
You'll be here.
Yep. But I just want to go straight to Manly. Saturday night, 7:30.
Cowboys.
Brookvale Oval, Cowboys. It's with great pride and honour.
And pleasure.
And pride and honour and pleasure that we reveal that Good Day is now officially the sponsor of the Hill Bar.
Yeah. Front and centre.
Tobler, get the photos up on the
hill.
YouTube. If you're watching, you can see it. It's going to look fucking beautiful.
It's going to look unbelievable.
Now, contractually, the good people at Good Day Daily Multivitamins, they need to be very strict with the way they speak about it because it's a Good Day Hill Bar. Whereas over at Harlow Sport, a completely separate entity,
it's Good Day Hill.
It's the Good Day Hill.
That's what it is. The big sign underneath 4 Pines Park. Get down to Good Day Hill this Saturday.
Get down to Good Day Hill.
Get down to Good Day Hill this
have
Saturday.
A good day on the hill.
Have a good day on the hill. Have a good day on the hill. It's the union we've all been looking for.
Yeah.
We've all been waiting for. We've all been hoping for. Good Day now supporting the good people at the Manly Warringah Seagulls.
Greatest club of all.
Fueling them towards greatness.
Now, when we were speaking to the good people at Good Day, who sponsor this show,
yes, they do. Great people.
We were asking them about the tank, the actual Hill Bar, which is a shipping container.
Yes, it is.
And we were asking...
it was fluoro green.
That's what we were saying. What's going to happen there? The fluoro green, that would, I feel like, you'd clash with your Good Day branding.
Well, it was an offensive colour. It's not even about clashing. It's about the fact that it's a rank offensive colour.
It was also an offensive colour. They told us that they just opted to pay for it to be painted club colours for no other reason than they love the club. And I just thought that was a nice touch from the people over at Good Day.
I mean, if there was any doubt as to Good Day's commitment to the club, surely that is completely removed by the fact that the bar's been painted maroon.
Yep.
Returned to sacred Manly colours.
Yep. Good down the hill.
Good day. Listen, if you want to have a good day on the hill, get down to the hill this Saturday.
Yep. 7:30. See you there.
Good day on the hill.
Yep.
Down
at 4 Points Park.
4 Points Park. Down to 4 Points Park. Fuck yeah, Good Day.
Get yourself a Japanese lager from the Good Day Hill Bar.
Yep.
Whilst you're on the hill,
having a good day on the hill.
Yep.
Make sense? Of course it does. There will be activations throughout the year.
Oh, listen, we're going to find some things to do.
Yeah.
But
give our shit.
All we'll do this weekend is be there and rip and have a good time. Celebrate a win.
Oh, well, win's guaranteed.
Yep.
I know Rando reckons we've got the second worst round one percentage win rate in the comp, but
Fuck
Rando
off,
can sit on
Rando. You know what, Rando? Stay in Vegas, mate.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Stay over there.
Like, just go away.
Stay over there. How dare you? Anyway, she looks good.
But
you'd have to go to YouTube.
You know what
to
it
see
is? It's
Jeez,
just
it looks
good. It's just good to see Good Day supporting great clubs and encouraging people to have a good day on the Good Day Hill.
Listen, they're encouraging people to have your daily dose of vitamins because we all ignore that. This is them speaking. I'm just, I'm parroting their sentiments here that it's very easy to get into bad habits.
Yes, it is.
And it's very difficult to know exactly what to eat because no one really tells you.
Correct.
And so the least that you can do is just consume some daily multivitamins to make sure that you are taking care of that side of things as best you can.
It's so easy.
And it's one sachet into water, stirred and sculled.
Job done.
Or sipped, actually.
Job done.
Job done.
Job done.
And now they're supporting the greatest club in the history of the NRL, the Manly Seagulls, and the Hill, which the fans enjoy, and the Hill Bar, which
It's a great union. It's a great union. Shout out to Good Day.
Proud moment.
Love your work. Now,
games. Let's have a look at the games because we're obviously going to beat the Cowboys, but I just like to have a quick little look at what's going on here.
Worth keeping in mind when you're punting this weekend, punters and dribblers, is channel what your old mate Eddie Simps has done.
Yep.
And obviously about even out this Wednesday night in terms of what I'm going to be doing around the betting. But, Roosters are dogs. Have a sniff. West Tigers, they're favourites. Have a look at the Knights.
Well, no, but see, I think that you still have a look at the Tigers because...
Well, no, but they're even...
It's not betting.
But they're even in the betting.
It's not about the betting, though. It's about what do people expect. I know the betting suggests, but that's just only people
No, well,
gambling.
you're right. It's what is the...
expected, like what do people actually what's the form lines?
What are the expectations here?
Yes.
For example, the Dolphins are heavy favourites against the Rabbitohs because everyone goes, the Rabbitohs are shit because they've lost everyone. Watch them get the fuck up.
Rabbitohs.
Wayne will have them.
Humphreys will have a blinder. Tallis Duncan catwalk model.
Seriously, if you don't take Rabbitohs 13 plus, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That's money for jam.
Who else we got? Or is
I'm actually looking forward for the Tigers Knights game.
Dragons, Bulldogs. Geez, Dragons. New signings.
Like it.
Manly favourites over Cowboys.
Flanagan can coach too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Seagulls is the exception that proves the rule.
Correct. And also Rando says we're shit in round one, so you should go on us.
Correct. And good day on that.
Storm, Eels. Now, this one I would also be like...
No, but you've got to also...
Storm round one.
No, you got to mix in logic. And it's Storm have never... They haven't, 22-0 round one games?
Yep.
Just make smart decisions.
Yep.
And bet appropriately. The Titans get the bye. I think everyone's probably breathing a sigh of relief.
No one's disappointed. Maybe Clarkey.
I said breathing. That's just, just owning that one.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Hand in the air sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Hand in the air like you just don't care for.
Yep, sure. I am looking forward to Teamless Tuesday tomorrow as well. It's just nice. It's going to be a big...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, aren't you excited for Teamless Tuesday to be back in all its glory? Because last week it didn't feel that good because it was only 4 teams. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like enough team list shit.
No, well, that's fair enough. Whereas this week we've got footy on Thursday, which is only 3 more sleeps, which is a big deal.
Oh, yeah, dude. And
that's
it's Broncos Roosters.
And it's a great game.
Yeah.
Chook should be up and about.
I wonder if our boy Mark Nwanganitawase will be...
named.
Yeah.
Well, possibly. Billy Smith hasn't played any trials. You'd expect him to be sniffing around. Is he?
Cunt's got fucking...
Is he actually?
I think he was injured, yeah. Dude has just the shittest luck.
He's injured again.
I think
you
so.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
I think so.
I like Billy. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Mate, you won't hear me say a bad word about Billy Smith.
Well, I wouldn't have expected so.
No. But I think he...
Any news on that, Tobler?
He'll be available from round 2 onwards after sustaining an injury at training.
Okay, round 2. Not a big deal.
No, that's all right. Fine. Yeah, what was I going to say there? Marky Mark. I'm interested to see how he goes. I'm interested to see how the rugby union convert goes. I think he's played 1 game.
He's played a couple, hasn't he?
I think he's only played 1 top flight. Maybe he played 2. I thought it was just 1. He's got to try and debut. We may or may not have spent some time with him recently, and just to be around someone of that even in like a sport where there's like physical specimens everywhere, you're like, fuck, dude.
Well, I'm happy to report to the punter and the dribbler that they're, the next generation are getting bigger and bigger.
Bigger, thicker,
Bigger
stronger.
and thicker and stronger and meatier and juicier and bigger.
Yep.
Just an Adonis of a man. 6'4", 6'5", I believe, with the measurements, Tom.
Yep.
Huge arms on him.
Calves for days.
Calves. Just look fit as a rugby league fiddle, Tom. And,
Nice guy.
and rugby league fiddles are typically a lot fitter than other fiddles
Correct.
that you'll come across. Way! Light fell off into the scope cup.
Scared the shit out of me. Was I on then? Did you get me? Good. No, fuck
They're
it.
pretty underwhelming, those
Well,
lights, aren't
Tobler's
they?
fucking...
They don't even work.
Tobler's Mr. Skimp on quality over there.
Yeah. Oi, let's get the cheapest... Let's get the
They're not even the
cheapest
cheapest
lights on the
options.
internet because they're cheap,
They're not even the
and when
cheapest.
they last one fucking week, we'll have to replace them.
Yeah, and let's just not... How long have we been talking about how shit these lights are, and there's just been no attempt to improve it?
Well, because
Because we spent $9 on them, bro.
got to get our money's worth.
Yeah.
He'll come around one day.
Do you want to open that?
Sure.
We also got 3 copies of the game, which we will be sending to the Newcastle Knights and others who do not know how to sign players or don't know how to play it cool.
It's from, I believe, a Baggy Green member.
Oh.
Do we have a name on the back or something there? Or on the packaging?
I think it was Danny Exotic.
Okay.
Daniel Bradley.
Is that Exotic's last name?
Is that his last name?
Yeah.
I thought his name was Danny Exotic.
So did I. Well, I think he made that around the time Joe Exotic was getting into his work.
Yes, I will. Thank you. This looks a lot like it might be a kid's present, but possibly not.
Well, I mean, it could be, though.
Could be. Just because I think that's a bit of a giveaway, don't you? Thank you.
Could be, yeah. He's taped it up.
Yep.
Why would you tape it up?
Because he wanted to tape it up.
Oh, I understand that he must have wanted to, given it's taped up.
Yep. So then that's what you need to know.
Well, no, because if we're discussing...
No, because
if
he wanted
but if it's
to.
a kid's toy,
But he
what sort
wanted
of
to.
kid's toy needs to be taped up?
He wanted to tape
You don't
it.
get it, bruh.
No, he wanted
No,
to
you
tape
don't
it.
get it.
He wanted to
You
tape it.
don't get it.
He wanted to tape it. That's what you don't get.
No, what you don't
Is
get
that his
is that it doesn't make
desire-
sense to tape up a fucking
His
kid's
desire
toy
to tape it
because they're usually
overrid.
soft.
Okay.
Don't put the knife right there. You'll fuck yourself up.
Tom and Eddie, congrats on the new additions, boys. Thanks again for booking us the microwave with a penthouse attached. Can't wait to do it again in December. Love from Danny. P.S. Tom, the Manuka is so you can pound native seed into the core of the earth in peace. Manuka honey?
Yeah. Shout out to Manuka Honey.
Big
Love
fan.
Manuka Honey. Curly whirly
A
squirlies.
dommy for you.
Oh, yeah. Probably worth giving me that, to be fair.
You can have these dummies, mate.
Well, you're going to want them, buddy.
But you're out. You're tapped out.
Yeah, I am.
You're done.
Why'd you give me the squirrelies? I don't want
Because
those.
I got a pack of squirrelies too.
Right.
You can give them to your brother or something. A daddy's little dribbler.
Oh, how
And a daddy's
good.
little dribbler. Danny,
Danny.
what a beautiful gift.
That's a great gift.
Like, well done,
Well
Danny.
done. If you weren't already a Baggy Green member, chuck us it.
Listen to that. This is my favourite line. Thanks again for booking us the microwave with a penthouse attached.
Oh, no, that's great. Can I have a look at my little fucking... No, I don't need the,
look at the box.
I don't need the box.
Well done, Danny.
Well done.
I don't get the Manuka honey thing. Do you?
Manuka Honey is... I don't know why it has to...
Because Evie was begging for it last week or something. She wanted Manuka Honey before bed, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's a smart guy.
He's smart. I didn't even remember that.
No.
Daddy's
Well, you and I-
little dribbler.
You and I don't remember that stuff, Tom.
No, God, I hate that she's going to be wearing this around the house. Punters and Dribblers Supercharged Super Rugby is live and on demand on Stan Sport. In round 4, Friday night sees the returning champions Blues play host to the Brumbies in a replay of last year's tightly contested semi-final.
Saturday, Punters and Dribblers includes action-packed fixtures with the Fijian Drua taking on the Chiefs, Moana Pacifica taking on the Hurricanes, and the Waratahs, Tom, playing the Force, baby.
That's right. Now, to close off round 4 on Sunday, the Reds travel to Christchurch to take on the Crusaders. The only place to watch every match ad-free, live, and on demand is on Stan Sport.
Add Stan Sport to your Stan subscription for just $15 a month. Head to stan.com.au/sport now.
Punters and dribblers, we spoke to Craig Bellamy the other day. Melbourne Storm Supremo coach.
Heard of him?
Ever heard of Craig Bellamy?
You ever heard of Craig?
Sorry, we're pairing Andrew Abdo into Craig Bellamy. Bellamy's got a new doco out on Stan. Not on Stan Sport, but just on the Stan.
On regular Stan.
On regular Stan. Which we watched the other day before our little chat with him. It's only about 10 minutes.
We got a screener.
We got a little screener. That's
the doco's not 10 minutes. Doco's about an hour and a half.
Doco's an hour and a half. The
chat you're about to hear is 10
minutes. Thank you, Edward. But it was good. It was fun to have a chat with Craig. We had to fit in as much as we could into 10 minutes.
And I feel like we did okay.
I think we did. We got some laughs out of him.
We did. We got Craig laughing, which is always, a positive.
Yeah. You'll be able to watch the interview on YouTube. It'll be in the podcast, and we might even just put it up as a little standalone on YouTube.
I think we will, Tom. I think we should do that. But the doco's sick.
Yeah, it was really good. They basically document the whole of his last year, 2024, with the Storm.
And obviously,
pre-season, season.
Obviously, the ending not what probably wanted.
As in they lost the grand final?
Correct. But it doesn't detract from the overall quality.
No, but it also provided, I don't know if I said it in the moment to you, but when the grand final, spoiler alert, Melbourne don't win it.
Are we giving that away?
Yeah. He comes onto the field and just hugs his granddaughter who's crying. I was sitting there, Eddie, in the other office up there, and I was choking back tears.
You didn't tell me that.
No.
Why?
Because
we share everything.
Yeah, well, we share a lot, but I was just trying to process my own emotions there.
Trying to be brave.
Yep. But it's a fucking good doco. And I mean, I'll never get sick of seeing the Storm lose, so there's that too if you hate the Storm. But Craig's a weapon.
Massive weapon.
The documentary is out this Sunday, March 9, on Stan, not Stan Sport, just the regular Stan. Now enjoy this 10 minutes with Craig.
Hey, Tom, Eddie, how you doing?
Yeah, we're doing well, mate. Nice to meet you. I like the subtle flex of the 2 premiership trophies behind you there. That's quite nice.
I was told to here.
Is this your office, is it? Is what we got here, the replica trophies. Mate, congratulations on the interview. It was the documentary. We just actually finished watching it before we jumped on here. It was fantastic. What's it like having cameras follow you around for the whole year? Is that a bit disconcerting?
Yeah, it's really difficult at stages. Like sometimes after a little while you sort of get used to it until you forget the camera's behind you or whatever, and then all of a sudden you turn around and the camera's in your face. Yeah. So I never really got comfortable with it, I suppose. And I think the other thing was having the microphone on me at times as well. Sometimes you forget you've got that on, then you start having the conversation about someone, and I shouldn't have said that.
Hot mic.
How did you? How many times do you have to stop yourself from telling them to piss off?
Yeah, a couple of times. Like at times, you're sort of talking to someone, and then got over real close with the camera, and I say piss off, just like this. Even though I had the microphone on, I kept forgetting about it at different stages. So I'd imagine if like some of the stuff I said and got film sort of come on, that it might have a AO what's known to it.
Well, it made for great watching. Now, one of the things I think we already knew about you, but it comes through in the documentary, is that you're a phenomenal man manager, and obviously you wouldn't have had the success you've had without being able to update, refresh, and be able to sort of connect with younger people, and in an employer sense, but as sort of like a father figure coach sense. Eddie and I have just very recently, our business has seen us start to manage other individuals, and we kind of felt like we'd be wasting our time if we didn't try and soak a little bit up some wisdom from you here. And I mean, what do you have any best practices for an employee doing the wrong thing? Are you lipping up straight away? Do they know when they've fucked up around Craig? Do you just go quiet? Do you scream at them? What should we do?
In the 20 odd years I've been coaching down here at the Storm, it's probably changed a little bit. I was fairly hot-headed a little bit as probably the first 12, 13 years, and I think I got that off my mum. She used to be nice and fiery, my mum. So I like just to tell them how it is, and I still really believe in being honest with people. But the thing that I've learnt to be a bit better at is to tell them in a more refined way, I suppose, without sort of being too abusive, and just explain and taking the time to explain why we don't want that behaviour, or we don't want to see that again. So I think as I've got a bit older, a bit more mature, and I think you basically got to do it with the generation today. I think going back 20 years ago, it was sort of the done thing, I suppose, to give to let someone know you didn't like that behaviour, so you give them a bait. But it's not in the in the diary anymore. It's you just got to explain. But I think at the same time you've got to be honest, and then have a discussion from there.
In the documentary, there's a fair bit of glazing of Josh King, one of the greats, and he sort of was picked. He speaks about how he was picked up from Newcastle and he was unwanted, and the great Craig Bellamy, yourself, you see something in Josh that others don't. We're looking to employ someone soon. Is there any words of wisdom you can give us in like how you can identify talent that no one else wants?
Oh, I don't know. I just get going on with Kingy. I obviously seen him play. We played Newcastle, and we do our reviews on Newcastle. And the thing I noticed about him, he was just not that he didn't score any long distance tries or hit anyone and send them into the second row of the grandstand or anything like that. But he just done a lot of the little things really well. The little things are putting pressure on the opposition. So I thought we could certainly do something with him, and because like usually those guys, they've got a good work ethic, but they've got a real genuine care for their teammates, and they haven't been a gifted young player, so if they've got to that level, they've had to work for it, and he knew that if he didn't put the work in, he wasn't going to be the player he was capable of being.
But are you looking at that? So are you saying, we use Newcastle here as the Josh King example, and you're going, look, here is an objectively inferior club to me and to the Melbourne Storm, and I'm just seeing them not get it. They don't get it. They've got Josh King right here, and they're fucking wasting him. He's played 3 games, and are you just licking your lips? You're just like, quick, someone get onto him.
Well, no, not like at the end of the day, we've got players from everywhere. So I think we just go to the individual here at King. We can see that he had a good attitude about him, and like I say, he wasn't going to score a 100-metre try for us, but like I say, he was going to turn up in places to do the right thing at the right times, and that's why we showed some interest in.
Has there been many players that you've ummed and ahed about and passed on that you've just regretted?
Oh yeah, over the years there would have been. I actually sort of can't, and and there's some that were signed that we've regretted as well. So I could probably remember them more so than the other, but we've certainly made mistakes in our time without a doubt. But I think as I say, one thing we try and do is make sure we do our homework first, and then go from there.
On the scale of like difficult things to try and get a team to do or get individual players to do, how hard is it as a coach to stop your wingers from jamming in defence?
It's still impossible these days. They want to go in and crash someone, but I think different systems, for different clubs and different teams, but also you've got to let the players sort of, if they think that's the right decision, well, you go and do it. Just do what you think's the best thing for the team. But wingers these days, I don't know whether they're much like the old days when I used to play. Wingers used to basically their tackle count was 0 for 4 or 5 games in a row. But they were there to get the ball when there was a bit of space, and they had a bit of pace, and they used to score the tries for you. But there wasn't too many of them that were good defenders, but these days they're expected to make tackles. So that's why they're probably jamming, and they probably hope they miss actually most of the time. So
we one of the big sort of themes in the doco is a Melbourne Storm pre-season. A few of the players say that a Melbourne Storm pre-season is the only time they just want to stop playing rugby league. Do you love putting the boys through their paces? Like, are you getting off on watching them do their third or fourth hill sprint for the day? Like, is that just, you know?
I don't get great pleasure out watching them run up the hills, but I get a bit of satisfaction after the session knowing that we've done the work, and it's going to help us on the weekend. Well, it's going to help us when the season starts, I think.
Yeah. Mate, listen, we've really appreciated the opportunity to talk to you. Before we let you go, you've coached some of the greatest players the game's ever seen, Slater, Cronk, Smith, GI. You know, is there one particularly that's Folau, who stands just physically, like from a physically gifted perspective, the best you've coached?
Oh, I think physically, probably the most gifted physically that I've coached is probably been GI. A big man, could move, so smoothly, but could move quickly as well. And, he had a real footy brain as well, So I think he was the most, gifted player that I've coached. But, I couldn't split, especially the big three, they were just, whatever they got out of the game, that they deserved to get out of the game because that they really put the hard work in. And, it was a pleasure to coach them early in their careers. And I think I've said before, I think that they were coaching me at the end of their careers.
Mate, thank you very much. Lastly, how long are you coaching till?
This year, probably, especially if I have to have interviews with you, Blake.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Lovely to meet you.
Good on you. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Punters and dribblers, Tars got up again. Tars
2-0, bro. Tars win the comp. That's becoming very obvious to me.
Wiramu, did you say before that the
last time we started 2-0 was 2014, and we all know what happened that year.
2014.
The last time, wow. Because you're an old school Patness as well, Wiramu.
Mate, I was at the 2014 final.
Were you?
Yes, sir. I was on the 22, where Richie McCaw of Coming In From The Side fame came in from the side and Foley slotted the 40-metre goal.
Oh, the Iceman.
Oh, the Iceman.
Foley.
Slotted it.
Did you cry?
Oh, mate, I was fucking... I was
all
all
over
the
welling
place.
up 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Love that.
Fuck, that was good.
Mate, the Drua are legit.
Drua were very good. Their wingers were just something else. But listen, dude, look, have you seen the scores from the whole round? Like,
they're all big and thick.
Well, it's almost like either the attack's too good for the defence or there's no one gives a fuck about defence anymore. It's like, let's just score as many rugby union points as we possibly can.
Either.
Running rugby is back, dude. Get these scores up here. Pacifica go down to the Highlanders 31-29, 49-34 Brumbies, Chiefs over Brumbies. The Chiefs are a hot rugby union side. Some of the tries they're scoring, dude, these long-range tries. Damien McKenzie.
Yes, sir.
Kid can play rugby union. Blues 33, Hurricanes 29, Reds 28, defeat the Force 24. Unlucky Rugby World Cup hero Sam Carter. You're about to go.
Did he play?
On the trot. Yeah, he did. And he's about to lose to the Waratahs this Saturday night. I think we're catching up with him after the Manly game.
So he's gone 0-3.
Yeah.
Well, not yet, but likely.
But no, they won the first game.
But he wasn't playing.
I can't remember if he was playing or not. Maybe he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Devo. Dude, those scores are ridiculous. Like, all of the games have been hot stuff. Hot, enjoyable stuff.
Big and thick.
Yeah.
Love it. Good win for the boys, though.
Great win. Come from behind.
At the death, too.
Come from behind.
Death enough. Was it 76 minutes?
76 minutes death. That's come from behind stuff. Drew were hot, though. I just want to repeat, the wingers, fuck me dead.
Just beasts, bro.
Yeah.
Beasts.
Suoli'i out again.
What's doing there?
A toe injury.
Toe.
So he's not playing this weekend?
I'm not sure about this weekend, and I know he missed last weekend. You'd think with a toe it'd be a quick turnaround, wouldn't it?
He'll likely miss multiple games.
So what? Mate, back in our day, you'd fucking play with it.
Well,
with
you
a
cut
shit
the
toe.
cunt off.
Yeah.
Well, I think that disrupts balance, where at least in a Crichton situation, it doesn't really make a difference.
In our day, Will, you'd cut the prick off.
And you know it, mate, because our day was your day.
Yeah, I know it.
We're from the same day, mate. Anyway, great start. Again, I'd be getting on the Tars to win the comp now.
Yep.
Off the back of what I've heard, last time we went 2-0, we won the comp. So do the math.
Worth noting when we talk rugby, just thanks to Stan Sport.
Love them.
Go and watch your Super Rugby on Stan Sport. Love them in that. I've got something else, just quickly before we get out of here.
The Champions Trophy?
Shut up.
The Champions Trophy.
No, I think we're in the semi, aren't we?
Yeah, against India.
Yeah, but do we have to? Oh, so we lucked out on that. So we're playing India?
Yes, and South
because
Africa
what we
versus New
did,
Zealand.
what happened was, I think us and South Africa flew to Dubai in anticipation that India would be, but both sides assumed they'd be playing India, and so they flew to Dubai because India's just, they've got a real cushy run, and they're just saying that.
Well, they're refusing to play anywhere but Dubai.
But then the team that wasn't playing them had to fly the way back to Lahore, so we've lucked out.
Yeah, nice. Well, it'd be nice to knock India out of another fucking tournament. That's all. Yep. That's all I care about. England are gone though, aren't they? They've gone home.
Yeah.
Losers. Oh, it's taking the world by storm, the Champions Trophy.
Yeah. Quick shout out to Matthew Kuhneman, who was cleared of all charges.
Yeah, he was.
Shock horror.
Shock horror. What a disgrace.
Yeah.
What an absolute rugby league disgrace.
I tell you what, he'd be grumpy.
Yes, he would. Shout out to Grumpy Coffee, who are big supporters of the show. grumpycoffee.com.au. Kuhneman.
Right, Kuhneman's a hard one.
Hard word to spot. That's
Matt.
what. That's what I'm like. That's tough.
No, I think we just go Matt.
Matt double T.
But like, you've just had your name dragged through the mud and the muck and the guck and the muck.
Yep.
People saying you're chucking.
Yeah. Or because he humped the fuck out of
Yeah.
you.
Because he took 16 wickets in 2 tests.
I know, it's
ridiculous.
disappointing. If he'd taken no wickets, no issue. But because he goes over there, takes 16, 2 tests, we hump ya. I think the biggest ever loss Sri Lanka's ever had. Like, just grow up.
Grow up.
What's wrong with sides not rolling over and presenting and taking it like a man anymore? You know?
Yeah, I know.
The English are the same. Always got an excuse.
Oh, there's always something. There's always something with those lot.
What happened to just putting your hand up and going, yep, wasn't good enough?
You got me.
Poor old bastard. Have to go get testing, you know, you're basically trying to label him a chucker, which is, you know, obviously the lowest of the low, in cricket.
Yep.
You don't want to be a chucker.
You don't want to be a chucker, man.
You're better to be caught rubbing the ball with sandpaper than chucking.
Yep.
People are over that now.
Well, people move on.
But people don't move on from chucking.
You're always a chucker.
Always. You go to your grave a chucker.
Yeah, you're not always a cheat. You're always a chucker.
GoBeCoffee.com.au.
Matt, code Matt, 10%
Code Matt,
off.
10% off.
All right, are we done, mate?
Yeah.
Could you two just not talk anymore?